It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Simerjeet Singh, who is not only a keynote speaker, but a trailblazer who has had a privilege of captivating some of the world's most influential companies. His passion and drive to empower and inspire audiences have earned him following about 1.6 million subscribers in YouTube channel and 70+ million views. Mr. Singh's impact on individuals and organizations worldwide is nothing short of remarkable. He challenges his audiences to think differently, question their belief, embrace change. He encourages them to take bold course of actions, corrections in their personal and professional lives, and push past their fears to strive for greatness. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, please join me in welcoming to the stage the inspirational and empowering speaker, Mr. Simerjeet Singh.
One thing you forgot in the introduction, which was, I also like to have a lot of fun. But thank you for that kind introduction. Good morning, how is everybody? Yeah, good to see you all. I see a lot of teamwork happening around that table there and that table there. There's like 20 people huddled together and a lot of empty tables. My name is Simerjeet Singh, and in the next 4-hour workshop that you're here with me today, we will talk about how to achieve your... I'm just checking who all are listening. I got 60 minutes and we will have a lot of fun. We will talk about embracing change and going to the next level and celebrating together and discovering what the hidden things inside are available, what the hidden power is available inside of us. I call myself the disruption coach because I like to disrupt things. I like to disrupt how, can I have your attention please? I like to disrupt how traditionally conferences are run, how traditionally people meet and they think. Can I have my slides up please? You see, my grandmother wanted me to be the deputy commissioner, DC. I couldn't do that. So in order to give peace to her soul, I decided to call myself the disruption coach. Right? Or in Punjab, it's called the dhakka coach. The what? Dhakka coach. How many have heard about that? Dhakka. You know what that means? The push. Right? I'm here to give you the little push, the nudge, you know. They're written in front of a lot of jeeps back in Punjab. Akal badam khakar nahi, dhakka khakar aati hai. Right? That you don't become intelligent by eating more omega-3 rich foods, you get more intelligent by pushing yourself outside the comfort zone. I'm a big fan of technology myself. In fact, some of these images were generated by technology, so that AI obviously doesn't like my hands. Right? And I love to see the use cases of technology, what technology can do for the world, and most importantly, how human beings can discover their peak potential. But this is not about me. Today is about you celebrating 2 decades of triumph. Yes or no? Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. For the CSC CLS team, and Mike and Maureen are also here. They look wonderful dressed up in their Indian attire. Give them also a round of applause to welcome them. And my desire, my intention today is very, very simple. Very simple, to help you take your teamwork, your collaboration, and yourself to the next levels. How many of you would be interested in that? Raise your hands, say hi. Very good, all right. And I'm so glad you're all here in person. And we are not having this conversation over Zoom, because in Zoom, people don't show up fully, no? Yeah. You only see half of them. There's an old Osho story which said a businessman went to make a big deal somewhere, a big $1 billion deal. He was all very excited, got dressed up, not like this, but completely dressed up, to go meet the other investor. In the evening, when he came back, he wasn't very happy, so the wife asked him, "What happened, honey? The deal didn't go through?" He said, "No, only 50%. How much? So that's not bad. The deal was for $1 billion. 50% means $500 million. No, honey, you're misunderstanding this. What I meant is only I showed up for the meeting. The other party did not arrive. That's what I meant by 50%. Shake someone's hand and remind them, show up every day with 100%. Say it now, please. Shake someone's hand and tell them, show up every day 100%. I will show up every day 100%. This is not complex, guys. The principles of achievement are not complex. People are not showing up 100% in whatever they're doing. The Gallup organization has done research to divide employees into 3 categories. How many? 3. No time to point fingers anywhere, but time for self-reflection. Category number 1, engaged employees or engaged people. They love what they do. They come up with new ideas. They participate 100%. They show up. They're excited. The best day of the month is not when they get the paycheck. The best day is when they solve problems, when they help colleagues. They're having fun at work. Somebody know like that? You know somebody like that? Yes? Some of you are like that? Yes, good, great. Percentage, Indian subcontinent, less than 10%. But these folks are called engaged employees. They fully love what they do. They show up how much? 100%. Next category, any guesses? Because we have to talk about performance and performance acceleration, we have to know these categories because we are them and some of them are around us. So one is engaged, second is disengaged. But they don't do any harm to anyone. Disengaged folks are nice people. They show up, but not 100%. They fill up the chairs, they enter the Zoom meetings, they do their thumbprint attendance in the morning, they do all of those things, they do it. But their heart is not in it. It's not coming from dil se. Yeah? Shake someone's hands once again, remind them, work dil se. Work dil se. It's not coming from the heart. But, they're bored. And they're not mentally fully present. They would rather be somewhere else. They're not here now, right? And that's 60% according to Gallup, 60%, right? They're waiting for a leader to emerge and tell them, come on, let's do this, we can do it. And they will. It's not like they're full of negativity or anything, they're just neutral, right? They show up, but not 100%. Engaged folks show up, how much? 100%. Disengaged show up, they fill the chairs in classrooms, in conferences, but they don't show up 100%, right? They have EMIs, loans, or the spouse at home saying, go to work, why are you sitting out? There's something. Category number 3, any guesses? So this is where we have to be careful with category number 3. They are also very motivated, they're also very motivated. So disclaimer, don't follow every person who's motivated. Who talks with a lot of energy, because even sometimes the most negative folks will also be very passionate about what they're talking about. What's the third category? Take a guess. So we've had, 2 categories so far? Engaged, disengaged, and engaged are the ones, they're the engines, they drive everything forward. They go the extra mile, they look after the customers, they do things even if they're not their immediate job description. Disengaged, neutral. Third one. Anyone from Kerala here, by the way? No? Okay. Anyone seen the Nehru Boat Championship in Kerala when 200 people are rowing on the same boat? Ever seen somebody rowing in the opposite direction? No. Now, category number 3, rows in the opposite direction. Right? These folks are called actively disengaged. Right? Now, not only are they disengaged, not only they don't like their jobs, but they also want to make sure that you don't also like your job. Not only do they smile, but if you smile around them, they have an allergic reaction. Oh my God, were you smiling? Why are you happy? How comes you're so happy? Don't you? This is category number 3, actively disengaged, okay? So we have to really figure out where we are currently, what has brought me here, how do I show up every day, and all of this that I'm going to share with you, it's not about some esoteric principles for philosophical principles. It's about how you change in the process, my friends. Just keep that in mind. It's about the new person that you will become, the new energy that you will have, the magnetism that you will develop, the new mindset that you will have, and how you will share it with others and create a new culture. Create a new what? Culture. Culture is shaped not by the posters on the wall, not by the vision mission statements, not by the speeches. It is shaped by what do we actually do. Yes or no? Yes. How many of you had HR orientation when you entered this organization or any organization? You all have HR orientations? Yes? After the HR orientations, one of the old-timers says, hey, how you doing? How was the HR orientation? You said, that went very well. Okay, that was great. Let me take you out for a cup of coffee, and I will tell you how things actually work in this company. Right? And then that's where your real orientation happens, right? HR did a wonderful job with their slides and their PowerPoints, but now you're paying attention, right? Because this is real stuff. This is somebody actually doing it. People don't follow words. People don't follow ideas. People follow what? Actions. They see what is being done around them and they follow it. That's how culture comes into place. You want a better culture at your workplace, in your team? Yes, no? We have to start doing something better, right? Like when you meet somebody, you smile at them. Try it. Just look at the person sitting next to you and just smile. for a second. Yeah, come on. Yeah, please, do it for real. No, just do it, yeah. Say hello. Most of the people these days, now this is the definition of bravery in modern times. I talk to strangers everywhere. And when my daughters are with me, they'll be like, Dad, you're so brave. I'm like, what have I done? You talk to strangers. I'm like, okay, this is the new definition of bravery. Talking to strangers, striking up a conversation. We would rather have our headphones on and not look at the other person. But, you can't do those sort of things over Zoom. I hope you build some bridges here today in this room. Yes, no? With all the fun, when people laugh and sing and dance and eat together, you build bridges. And no matter how much ChatGPT advances, it cannot build buildings, it cannot build bridges, right? We must reach out and connect and strike a conversation and look at the other person, know their story, who they are and what they are. And that's how teamwork begins. You lay a better foundation. Can we read this together, please? In 3, 2, 1. The kinds of errors, everybody together, that cause plane crashes are invariably errors of, come on guys, say it loud, teamwork and communication. The modern airplanes are built to be so reliable with all the technology that goes inside them that most of these recent crashes, in Malcolm Gladwell's book he wrote, are down to human error and human errors of teamwork and communication. He found out in more than 50% of the cases, how much? More than 50% of every major aviation disaster, the pilot and the co-pilot did for the first time they were flying together, right? Yeah, so once again, say hello partner. Say hello to the person sitting next to you. Hello partner. We should keep talking. Say it to them, please. We should. I don't see the energy. Once again, we should. I don't hear it. We should keep talking. Because disasters happen when people don't talk to each other. Professor Rosabeth at Harvard Business School found out 10 reasons, 10 signs when a team is on the decline. Any guesses what's number one? When a team is on the decline, reason number one, the breakdown of internal communication. Can you repeat after me, please? The breakdown of internal communication, symptom number one of a team's decline. Symptom number one of aviation disasters. Some of you might recognize that on the left-hand side was the Mangalore aviation disaster. The Mangalore plane crash many years ago, flight from Dubai. The pilot and co-pilot, two different nationalities, had a lot of interpersonal issues going on from a previous flight. So once again, deep breath in. Remind yourself, I will drop all previous baggage. Now these guys were carrying previous baggage. And they were flying an aircraft, right? He wasn't nice to me back then. He didn't. What does he think? Now, the captain was a expat. He had more number of flying hours, but less experience on Mangalore. Mangalore Airport is a tabletop airport, if some of you might be familiar with. The co-pilot, Captain Alu Alia, had less number of flying hours, but more experience landing on Mangalore. The last words on the black box were, turn around, go around, go around, go around. They did not listen to each other. More than 300 people paid with their lives because two people could not put their egos aside and talk to each other or share information or pass on information or put the baggage behind and say, how are you doing today, man? We're flying this plane together. How are you? Yeah? You're doing good? Yes. And this is as simple as that. To put your ego away. Why? Because these people, they don't realize that their goal is more important than their role. If you realize this, that my goal, our collective goal, is more important than my individual role, all of these things will vanish. And this is what peak performers have in their mind. So two things really. I want to keep it very, very simple. Two things really I want to tell you. Number one, can we read it out together, please? Number one, I make a difference. In all the organizations I've worked with, more than 400 across the globe, big, large, small, medium companies, there are two things that stand out. Both of them are on the screen in front of you. It's no rocket science. They have people who believe they can make a difference. Or in Hindi, they say, fark padta hai. Kya hai? Fark padta hai. It makes a difference, right? They haven't given up on life. They still enjoy it. They know that their presence is going to make a difference, right? The second thing that you see in these high-performance teams is what? Why don't you shake someone's hand on right and left, and at least 5 people. No, let's do it with at least 5 people. Go say to them, you can count on me. Say it now, please. You can count on me. You all can count on me. Thank you. Very nice. I love that. Very good. Reach out. Say to someone, look them in the eye. You can count on me today for next 1 hour. All right. Thank you. I hope this is not complex, what I'm presenting to you. Right? I hope there are no Harvard, Stanford information, no complex graphs, nothing. No? Very simple so far. Yes, no? Yes. Because I believe simple things stick. If they make sense to us, we can apply. 2 things really. 2 things really. What are the 2 things? I can make a difference and you can count on me. If you have these 2 ingredients on a team, you have the magic recipe of creating a high performance culture, right? And that's where great things happen. In a high performance culture, people lift each other up. They go to higher levels, even higher levels. So, simple example of somebody who works with this mindset is found in Hyderabad on your roads. In fact, fixing your roads. Anybody heard of the road doctor? Yes? Raise your hand, say yes if you heard about him. Right. And this is what it is. He saw people having accidents, people dying due to potholes. And he said, I will do something about it. What did he say? Everybody loud together, please. I will do something about it. This is their mindset. And this applies to teams as well. You see an issue which is going to affect everyone. It might not be affecting them now, but it will later. What do? This is real leadership. You talk about it, you identify it, and if you volunteer to do something about it. And that's what he did. His son is in the US. He flew down specially to convince him, Dad, stop doing this. He said, no, this is my passion. It's giving me a sense of purpose. I'm going to do this with all his pension money, this gentleman here, along with his wife, and give it up for them. Look at them. What a cute couple they are. Fixing potholes, right? Talk about building culture. When the municipal corporation saw this couple doing this, they said, okay, we will join hands with you. What do you need from us? It takes one person to step forward in a team and say, this is going to affect everyone. Everyone will suffer. Can we do something about it, right? So staying silent is not the option. Once again, high five to the person sitting next to you and remind them, we should keep talking. Say it now, please. We should keep talking. Everybody read this together, please. In order to have a safer and nicer world to live in, loud together, please. Once again, loud together, the last sentence. Sacrifice is essential. And that's what we're not willing to do, right? And we want things to improve in our teams. Times of India did a survey to ask, what would you prefer? 10% increment, raise your hands, or happier colleagues at work? Let's do this poll here real quick. Happier colleagues at work? Both? No. It's one. It's one or the other. 10% increment or better people around me. Pick one. Better people around me? Raise your hands. Show of hands for better people around me. There you go. And where are we going to import them from? What country are they going to migrate from? They have to be you and me, right? Yes or no? It's about what we bring to the table. It's about the energy we bring to the table, right? And you might not always be reciprocated with the same energy, and that's okay. Remember this, look at the person sitting next to you and smile at them. Do it again. This will not work everywhere. Stuff like this usually works a lot in conference rooms, but the real world will remain the same outside. But make it a part of who you are, and then it doesn't make a difference, right? I come from the hospitality industry, 8 years in the hotel industry before I started this motivational speaking and whole thing, right? I've been doing this now for 16 years. In 2 years of COVID, my office is a 5-minute walk from where I live. I used to dress up and shave and put on my best suit and put on my best perfume, and the neighbors would be watching. What's wrong with this man? It's a lockdown outside, right? And I'd be going to my workplace and my family will, where are you going today? I said, no, we're going to work. But you're all dressed up. I said, this is who I am. 8 years in the hotel lobbies across the world, I've been asking people, how can I help you? After that, 10 years in conference rooms, I've been still asking people, how can I help you? Now it's become so much a part of my DNA that even before my talk starts, I'm wearing a black suit, doesn't have the hotel's name, people still come to me and say, where is the conference room? Where are the washrooms? Where is that conference? I'm looking, is that say Radisson or Hyatt? Or no, it doesn't say that anymore. But it becomes so ingrained in who you are. What is your professional DNA? How do you leave your mark on the world? Right? What do you stand for? What is your signature energy or signature mindset? So if the 520 rule, which is very simple, 5 feet distance, I see somebody, I'm going to say hello. 20 feet, I see somebody, I'm just going to make eye contact and smile. If that is a part of who I am, I don't care so much about the responses. Right? That's who I am. If I miss doing that, something inside me is missing. So these are the people, I call them peak performers. They believe that can we read it out together in yellow, please? Their work makes a difference, and this is what they do. They identify root causes, and they do what? Volunteer to fix it. If you ask me, Simerjeet, what is your definition of leadership? Hello? If you ask me, what is your definition of leadership? It will be this. Are you someone who believes that your work makes a difference, who identifies root causes of problems, and who volunteers to serve, to close them? That makes you a leader. That's it. Very, very simple. Is this stuff making sense? It's very simple. Peak performance is very simple. And a lot of hydration too during the day. Do you know this gentleman? Otto Anna? Have you heard about him? He's what I call an eagle. I divide people basically into 2 categories, the ducks and the eagles. What are they? Ducks and eagles. Let's do a live demo in this room. Imagine there's a line running from the middle here, and this part of the room, just to participate in the act, can you make the sound that ducks make? It's a very lazy duck sound. Didn't have the tea or coffee in the morning. This part of the room, duck sound, please. Shh. Eagles. All right. Love it again. Here's the thing. I don't think eagles make any sounds actually at all. It's the ducks which are always going once again. You know what this quack, quack, quack is? I mean, everything is wrong. I don't like this. I don't like this. Too much pollution. The weather is not nice. The country is not nice. I'm not nice. You are not nice. Nothing's nice. It's like quack, quack. And then what happens? The eagles in the meanwhile, they're what? Quiet. They fly above that. And they're looking for, they're always focused on where the prey is, right? And they're very, very focused, and then they go and hunt. Ducks is where all the noise is where all the complaining happens. When one duck meets another duck, yeah, of course there is quack, 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 quack. Of course that's going to happen. But there is also something that happens in Mumbai, they call it chemistry. There is suddenly a lot of attraction when one duck meets and one, so is this like the Global Complainers Association? And the Global Achievers Association. And when one person with that mindset, the things are never working out, meets another person with that mindset, they're naturally attracted to each other. They're like, where were you so far? Now I have company. Now I also have somebody who thinks that nothing's going to change anyway. So why bother? Come be part of my club. No, join the Achievers Club. These are people who are going the extra mile. This gentleman here is probably making more money giving talks on customer service than he is by driving his auto rickshaw, because he did something that most people don't bother doing. Most people, educated people, driving an auto rickshaw in India would be complaining about their fate, yes or no? I went to a good school, I can speak English, I'm skilled, and damn it, I'm driving an auto rickshaw. But this guy, he looked at it differently. He said, what can I do differently? What was the question? What can I do differently? How can I go the extra mile? And remember this about the extra mile, there are no traffic jams on the extra mile. Dr. Wayne Dyer, he said this. I love his work, and he said, there are no traffic jams on the extra mile. People who are just following the job descriptions will find themselves always fighting for attention and everything, but those who decide to go ahead a little bit will find that their competition disappears, because most people are operating by the basic instinct of the human brain, which is what? Conserve energy. Yes, no? That's hardwired into us. Through the principle of survival, conserve energy. You will need it. right? And they're operating with that. A few people decide to go a little bit ahead and they create magic. So there's free Wi-Fi, there's water, there's magazines, there's so many other things. More than that, this guy's a celebrity now. He's done TEDx talks, he speaks on customer service across the country from his own personal experience. Give it up for Otto Anna, an example. An eagle is not complaining, he's embracing his reality. Deep breath in. And remind yourself, I will fully embrace my role. And if you ask me, what is the number one reason why people are not able to perform at their peak, is they haven't fully embraced what they're doing today. They're mentally elsewhere, and there's nothing wrong to have ambitions. There's nothing wrong to have a vision for your life, but you miss out on so much if you're constantly complaining about the reality you're currently in. A lot of people tell me, Simerjeet, you should give Bollywood a shot. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You should be in that country doing that. I said, well, leave it to yourself. This is where I am now. This is my karma bhumi. This is my Bollywood, and this is what I'm going to do. And I will make sure every day I show up at my best. And that's what it is, my friends. It's no rocket science. We learn it from people like Otto Anna. How to. Others are busy following job descriptions. That's also a choice. Take a good look at this image. It's a good question, right? This is continuing, perpetuating the status quo just to tell the world how busy you are. All right? You can choose to do this, or you can choose to be Otto Anna, which is going the extra mile, thinking like an entrepreneur, and saying, where can we add extra value? How is my customer preference changing? What are their needs? On a hot day in Chennai, I sit in an auto, the first thing I might love is a chilled bottle of clean water. How much does this cost me? 5 rupees, 10 rupees? You know, and how much is going to pay me off in terms of customer loyalty and things like that? That's thinking like an entrepreneur. That's going the extra mile. Or this is always a choice. You know, just stick to the way things are being done, even if they're not necessary at the moment. Right. So, is the first segment very, very clear in peak performance? It's individuals performing at their peak. Once again, right hand up in the air. And they don't just stop here. We say, there's more margin, there's more margin. And that's where the joy is, my friends. This is where your individual joy lies. Not in settling for here, but to stretch. Human beings can really live their lives in 3 phases. How many? 3. Either you're climbing, listen to this carefully, either you're what? Climbing. Or you're on a plateau, or you're descending. What are the 3 phases? It's either the climb, or the plateau, or the descent. Plateau is nice once in a while. It's a nice drive. I'm enjoying it. But give it to me too long, and what happens? What happens? I get bored. Thank you very much. What do people do when they get bored? They do things that they regret later. That's what people do when they are bored. All right? Once again, hello, partner. Always stay climbing. Always keep climbing. Say it now, please. Remind it to them. Always keep climbing. All right? Because if you're on the plateau for too long, the descent could just be around the corner. And this is one more thing that high-performance organizations understand. They understand that heroes look good only in Bollywood. So people in high-performance cultures are aware that heroes look in the movies. In real world, we need teamwork. Yes or no? Yes? So what they're able to do, the highest the individual performance, the bigger the ego potentially can get. But if you're able to fight it and be humble, that's what Jim Collins calls level 5 leadership. What? Level 5 leadership, which is high professional will and a lot of professional humility, which means I enter this workplace not to prove how good I am. I enter this workplace with my 100% to contribute what we can do together. Everybody read out together, please, what Steve Jobs said. Great things in business are not done by one person, they are done by a team of individuals. So what they develop is a collaborative mindset. We'll read this together. They know that the goal is larger than their roles. They know that teams are greater than... Next one, please. Bridges are greater than walls. Progress is bigger than my ego. To deserve, I must serve. And finally, lifters are greater than Leaners. Shake someone's hand and remind them, be a lifter, please. Say it now. Be a lifter. Yeah. In a world that is full of leaners, if you be, what's a lifter doing? You will have lifters, I'm sure. These are the engaged employees. These are folks who solve problems. These are folks who also solve your personal problems. They do a little bit of marriage counseling also, relationship counseling also, all sort of things. They are your go-to people. These are people overflowing with positive energy. Yes, no? And their cup is full and it's overflowing. It's not empty. So in high performance cultures, if we can be one of them, we raise everybody around us. And that's how we make progress. So the last one, king of the jungle, surrounded by hyenas. Now imagine you're the king of your jungle, which you definitely are. Yes, of your turf. You're domain experts. You know what you do very well. Right? Surrounded by hyenas, which one or two you can handle, but if 14 or 15 of them attack you together, which are your daily problems, your irritants, unexpected challenges, but if they all attack together, even the king of the jungle finds it difficult to cope with it. And then what does he need? Let's watch this short clip. So even if you're the king of the jungle, you still need friends. You still need backup. Right? Shake someone's hand once again. And remind them, I'm there for you. I'm there for you. You can count on me. I'll finish with this quote by the founder of Lego, who said, and I love this quote, blame is not for failure, it is for failing to help or failing to ask for help. I love this. Because this really reflects that my ego is not obstructing me to do what is most important for this team. That my individual role, I'm not so obsessed with it, I'm obsessed with more with our collective goal. So that's all, my friends. Two things really. Believe that you can make a difference. That is something you say to yourself. And I hope that you get the best professional compliment ever. The best compliment you can ever get in a professional setting is if people can come to you and say, you know what? You're someone I can count on. If these two things you can strive towards, God bless you all. You will go to great higher levels ahead. I hope this has given you some food for thought. Enjoy the rest of the day. Continue your learning journey if you like by scanning this QR code. It'll take you to our blogs and podcasts and everything else. Once again, thank you so much for having me here. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.